to Phenomena. This is episode 6. Seis. Shisht. And in French, it's six, right? Like a cease and desist. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six. I hope I'm right. Anyway, yeah, we've made it through 6 episodes. Oh my God, we're more than halfway through this season of Phenomena, because every season has 10 episodes. So super exciting. The time has flown by. January is finally over, if anyone could believe it, seeing as January had 78 days and seemed to drag on forever. So thankfully, we are finally in February, shortest month of the year. We're just getting through these eps. So thanks again for making the time to come back. And I hope you learned something fun and new in this week's Phenomena case, which is about the green children of Woolpit, I believe is the name. And our lovely Ruben Hano, yay, headmaster scriptwriter, wrote the script for this episode. So I'm sure y'all are super excited to hear their voice again in said script. So before we dive in, really quickly, because it is inescapable, what's going on with everything social media related and just in the world. But I wanted to quickly plug a mutual friend of mine, Joshua Doss. I've never met him in person. He's a mutual of mine on TikTok, and I just followed him on Instagram. His handle is doss.discourse, and he is a pollster, like as a job. That's his whole ass job. He's a political pollster, so he works with data, and data doesn't tend to lie. And he also tends to, obviously, being a political pollster as a profession, he always checks to make sure that the data is valid and that the amount of data they're collecting is statistically relevant. But anyway, he made a really great video talking about DEI and how obviously DEI is like the big buzzword going around everywhere, basically. And it's really annoying because obviously it's a ruse to try to like distract from everything else going on. But he made a video that I wanted to like share the main point of it, or one of the points in the video that I thought was really interesting because it's actually something that's never occurred to me. But he was mentioning that obviously DEI came about as a way to give minority groups more of an equal opportunity, obviously. And a lot of the times when we think DEI, we think of like diversity. So like women or people of color or LGBTQ. But he makes a really good point in one of his videos that the Electoral College literally was brought about to give Republicans a fair and equal chance at like voting. So for example, like, the Electoral College grants a certain amount of senators to states that are wildly different in population. Go watch his video. I'm not a political pollster and I'm not into politics professionally, but I just know that I thought it was really interesting because DEI, especially like the Republican Party, is using DEI as like a way to be like, oh, well, we need to cut DEI, programs. It's like, all right, start with getting rid of the Electoral College then. And then let's see how many Republican presidents we elect. Because if we want to look at giving minority groups an equal opportunity, if we want to look at taking away that equal opportunity that DEI programs offer to minority groups, then we can start with looking at the opportunities that so many Republican groups and Republicans in general get to benefit from as a result of DEI. So you're working against yourselves here, which can't even begin to try to have a conversation about that with someone who can't read past a hashtag. Oh my God, go watch the Ronnie Chin special, by the way, on Netflix. It's so good. It's a comedy special. It's called Love to Hate It. So fantastic. He's a correspondent on The Daily Show. So 2 plugs, Joshua Doss and Ronnie Chin. Fantastic, both. Trust me. Anyway, we've talked. Now let's get into the green children of Woolpit. Ooh, my lovely script that I haven't seen yet. Okay, let's get started. It's Not Easy Being Green, ... Children by Ruben Hano. All right, so Alphabet, I knew, by the way, the second I saw like green children, I like texted them and was like, you're gonna mention Alphabet, right? And they were like, yeah, I'm gonna try to mention Alphabet in every episode, but this one especially, I mean, it's like a given. I was like, fair. That's totally fair. Because Alphabet is bae. She is queen. Alphabet may have shocked her fellow Aussians with her green skin and radical ideals, but she wasn't the first green baby to shock and amaze. FYI, I'm going to mention Wicked in as many episodes as possible. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it. Today, we're diving into the pit of mystery as we discuss the green children of Woolpit. Ooh, it sounds so whimsical. I love it. And see, like, this is what I mean by I love that in this channel, we not only talk about the Phenomena case places that are more well-known, like Bermuda Triangle. But we also mentioned some of these very like obscure ones that I don't know anything about, but I'm super pumped to learn. I hope you are too. Great. So picture it. You're working hard in the fields to gather this year's harvest, obviously, when you overhear the shouts of two small voices. The words you hear are some mystery tongue you've never heard that guides you to a hole in the ground. Ooh, what? Alice in Wonderland? Within the hole, you discover two small green beings staring up at you. Obviously, you take them home, right? I would. This is giving Fae and Changelings already. Oh my God. Ah! Okay. Now let's get into the lore. Oh, I'm pumped. I'm excited to read about this. Our story takes place in 12th century England. Oh, it's England again. I'm so excited. Around the year 1150, a time of complete chaos. I mean, what year isn't a time of complete chaos for real? Maybe like 2011 to like 2015 was like pretty okay, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I remember it being fine until everything blew up. In fact, this period is known as the Anarchy. Oh, okay, let's bring it back. If you're looking for a modern comparison, it was almost exactly like House of Dragon Season 2. The previous king had named his daughter as his heir. Okay. Oh my God, I love House of Dragon 2. House of Dragon Season 2. So the king had named his daughter as his heir, but after his death, the male barons and church leaders refused to be ruled by a woman. Stop. Of course. Why am I not surprised? Instead, they conspired to put her cousin on the throne. Oh, okay, so it's House of Dragon Season 2, except for not like step siblings, it's cousins, same. With half the country supporting their rightful queen and the other half backing an unqualified, that's it. It just says backing an unqualified swine. I'm going to finish that sentence. England descended into civil war and lawlessness for nearly 20 years, which is crazy because this was like 1150. So what was even happening then besides obviously anarchy and people denying their rightful queen, the rightful heir to the throne? Basically, the English were in their petty era, so much so that it was said Christ and his saints slept. And it was during this divine nap that we meet the green children of Woolpit. Yay! Woolpit, which apparently should be pronounced wulf-pytt. Wulf-pytt, even though there's no F in this. Great. Was a village in Suffolk, England, named after pits dug into the ground for catching wolves. Oh, Woolpit. And then that's like where the little green children hid, like groundhogs. It was one of these pits that... Sorry, I'm just getting so emotional. It was one of these pits that a group of villagers bringing in the day's harvest discovered two young children, a boy and his older sister. The children had strange green skin. Ooh, Alphaba. Wore unfamiliar clothing, shouted in gibberish, and were acting nervously, which we can only assume means crackhead behavior. All right, amazing. This is already super fun to picture. Sir Richard de Calne, a local knight with a soft spot for stray children. I mean, good, you have empathy. That's a place to start. Took the green-skinned siblings into his home. I wonder if their skin was like bright green, like Alphaba, or if it was like a tinge of green, like were they sickly? I don't know. Despite their wicked appearance and complete inability to communicate, he wasn't the least bit fazed and did his best to care for them. Oh. At first, no matter what he offered, the children refused to eat. Oh, maybe they don't eat regular English food. And also, what did he offer them? Like beans and toast. Sorry, don't mean to take a dig at English food. Just saying, oh, porridge, maybe some porridge. No, I'm kidding. Days passed with them rejecting every meal until they discovered green beans growing in Sir Richard's garden and ate them straight from the dirt. Okay, Jack and the Beanstalk. For months, they survived on nothing but green beans. Oh, well, that might describe why they're green. Hello. Because isn't it said that if you eat too many carrots, your skin turns orange, right? I don't know. That's one theory. Until Sir Richard gradually introduced them to other foods. Yay. They were like, children, we can have more than just green beans. We can have kidney beans and black beans and look at this, potatoes and like toast. I don't know what else they ate in like the year 1150. As the story goes, the shift to a more balanced diet worked wonders and their green skin eventually faded to a normal hue. See? It was the green bean. But even with proper nourishment, the boy soon fell ill. Sir Richard eventually had the children baptized at the local church, and shortly after, the boy passed away from an unknown illness, leaving his sister as the sole survivor. Thanks, baptism. LOL. They're like, all right. Now you're going to be a children of Christ. And one of the kids was like, actually, this is too much. Passes away in English. Sir Richard continued to care for the girl, investing in her education and helping her learn English instead of the strange language she and her brother had spoken. Once she became fluent, she was asked about their origins. She revealed that they came from a mysterious place called St. Martin's Land, a twilight world where the sun never fully rises. Oh, that reminds me of, is it Iceland? That has like 12-hour days, but it's the opposite. Don't they also have like 12-hour nights? Isn't it like they have like really long days and then really long, oh, I don't know. Now I'm getting confused. Is it the Netherlands? I feel like it's where the Northern Lights are, that they have like nighttime for a long time. Let me know what that is in the comments. What am I thinking of? Help. She recounted that one day while tending their father's cattle, they heard the distant chime of bells. Drawn in by the sound, they followed it to a cave. In her words, whilst listening to the sound in admiration, we became on a sudden, as it were, entranced and found ourselves among you in the fields where you were reaping. They just teleported? She also described her homeland as being separated from a certain luminous country by a very considerate river, hinting at an otherworldly divide between her world and ours. Ooh, she might have come from like a totally different world, not just a different country. This girl, who was later named Agnes, very of the time, lived with and worked for Sir Richard for several years before marrying the archdeacon, which apparently is a high-ranking clergyman in the Christian church, of Ely. Some accounts suggest that she and the archdeacon had at least one child together. Some sources state that Agnes became rather loose and wanton in her conduct in her later years, aka she got a little crazy. Oh, it's all that green beans coming back to haunt her. Although she lived a relatively normal life after being discovered in the pit. Oh my God, what's that song in Parks and Rec where they're like, I fell in the pit. Yeah. You know the one. It's all about the pit. You would love this. All right. Yeah. So she just kind of appeared out of nowhere. It was two of them. Then it was down to one. Unfortunately, the little boy could never speak for himself or actually say where they came from. But according to her, she came from somewhere else and then woke up in England. Huh. All right, let's get into the theories. One theory is that this tale is completely made up. Okay. As with a lot of folk tales, it could be just some story to scare children. Don't wander off or you'll turn green and get taken away. Classic. Oh, it's like a Aesop's Fables. But honestly, living with a medieval knight and getting married to an archdeacon is a better deal than any non-Nepo baby millennial today is going to get. True. So it's not really going to scare us off. Like, yeah, okay, sign me up. Where do I take me away? I don't have to pay taxes. The archdeacon takes care of that. Right on. One intriguing theory about the green children of Woolpit, oh my God, green children of Woolpit, suggests that they were actually aliens. Ooh, the green skin, who ended up stranded on Earth after their spaceship crash. Their green skin, strange language, and disoriented behavior were seen as evidence of their extraterrestrial origins, with the glowing land they described potentially representing their home planet. Ooh, yeah, but also the fact that this took place in like 1150 makes me think that they didn't have a lot of like education, nor did they know like what other languages might have sounded like. So the gibberish they spoke could have very well just been like a different language that they were speaking. It probably was. And to the people of rural England, they were just like, oh, that's gibberish, all right. And that green, so they must be aliens. It's the only way to explain this. So I could definitely see that theory holding true for a while for a lot of people. Until like we learned more about like, oh my God, there's people in other places of the world. Crazy. And they speak different languages. Another fascinating explanation is that the green children were fae-like, the fae and the changelings. Okay, yes, fae-like beings who accidentally wandered from their other world into our reality. I mean, it might make sense, the fact that they came out of like a pit, right? Because it's kind of like a rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland and how she like pops up into a different world. And then also, I'm pretty sure she comes back via that same rabbit hole. So, like I said, don't fall into that rabbit hole. Otherwise, you might end up in a different place and planet, and people might call you alien. So, don't do it. This theory is rooted in folklore. Classic, where the other world is often believed to exist in parallel to our own. Ooh, yes. Wait, this kind of goes hand in hand with like the Mandela effect and how like there's different timelines happening or whatever. And so they've just like stumbled into this timeline where for some reason we don't all just eat green beans and there's other foods to eat. I don't know. Okay, so this theory is rooted in folklore where the other world is often believed to exist in parallel to our own, accessible through portals like caves or intriguingly, wolf pits. Cue thunder effects. Why? I'll do it. I just don't know why. If you subscribe to this view, the children's mysterious appearance and behavior could be seen as a sign that they weren't just lost humans, but beings from a magical realm who inadvertently crawled out of the ground and into the human world. Oh, okay. So it's not even like parallel timelines. It could just be like different timelines where we're all slightly different people. But the fact that their skin got better just by like introducing more than just green beans makes me think they're probably human. Because otherwise their green skin would have just stayed and then they would have, sang defying gravity and defied gravity and gone on to liberate all the animals in Oz. The most plausible theory for the green children of Woolpit that we found on the internets, is that the children were orphans of Flemish immigrants who had been persecuted or killed during the Civil War-torn reign of King Stephen. There was a colony of Flemish folks living in Fornham. St. Martin at this time, which would also go toward explaining the name St. Martin's Land. Lost and alone, the children might have wandered into Woolpit, speaking only Flemish. This makes sense. Yeah. Which the villagers misunderstood as gibberish. To take it even further, there is a theory that they were hidden Flemish communities hiding from the king in an underground cave system. Oh, now we're getting into conspiracy theories. I love it. Okay, underground cave system. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Fantastic Mr. Fox, my favorite Wes Anderson movie. So good. They have a hidden underground cave system. So it's like that, but for the Flemish communities hiding from the king. If this was the case, they'd have limited sunlight and poor diet. Oh, yeah. Which would account for their strange green appearance and behavior. So like they're not like, oops, sorry, things are falling. Oh no. If it wasn't lack of sunlight, some theories say green-hued children can likely be attributed to hypochromic anemia or chlorosis, which can cause a greenish tint in the skin due to the vitamin B6 deficiency. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So there's several theories, many of which make sense as to what caused the green children of Woolpit. But it's interesting there's only 2 of them. They never discovered any other, like if there was a whole ass Flemish community living underground or just like hiding from the king, wouldn't you think that other people would be like, wait, their gibberish kind of sounds like this other gibberish I heard. Or maybe they just like weren't as connected and so no one talked and they just went about their farming lives. I don't know. But I think the greenish tint has to do with the green beans because carrots cause orange skin and so green beans have to cause green skin, and because I'm a scientist and that makes sense. Nice. All right. I'm just glad that she got to live a nice, cool life and that toward the end she went kind of crazy. I want to know more. Did you find out anything more about how crazy she went at the end? Like, why did she go crazy? Did she just like go out and party for a bit? Because she was like, this is my life and I'm going to live it, which like good for you. She really did go out and have her alphaba defying gravity moment then. Yes, Agnes. Is that her name, Agnes, right? Pretty sure. Yes, it was Agnes. All right, so in closing, what do you think? Were the green children of Woolpit lost Flemish refugees or something far stranger, like aliens or fae, who took a wrong turn at a magical portal? Ooh, okay, yeah, I guess that would make sense as to why there's just 2 of them and not any more were reported, because they're from another world. I do like that theory. Whatever the truth may be, their story has endured for centuries, sparking countless theories and wild speculation. Oh, okay, so I'm assuming the green children of Woolpit was probably used as like not only a folklore to like tell children like don't wander off or you'll end up like the green children of Woolpit. Other people were like, wait, so they just like they were green and then they weren't and there were 2 of them and now there's 1 and what happened and where did they come from, and now that she speaks English like you can't really even explain where she came. Well, she kind of just explained it in her own words, which was we were somewhere and then we were somewhere else, which to be fair is what her experience was. She can't just be like, oh, objectively what happened is, she was just like, we were here and now we were there. True. You're not wrong, sis. All right, but yeah, no, lots of interesting theories. Let me know what you think. This is a fun one. I like it. Whatever the truth may be, their story has endured for centuries, sparking countless theories and wild speculation. Maybe this was just another medieval ghost story meant to keep kids from wandering off. Yes, which is what I just said. Or maybe, just maybe, the green children are proof that there are still hidden worlds just beyond our reach, waiting for the next curious traveler to stumble through via the wulf-pytt. Dun dun dun! More thunder noises, which I don't know why. Also, why is it, did it just get changed to Woolpit, but it used to be wulf-pytt? And it sounds like it was pronounced like wulf-pytt. The green children of wulf-pytt. So I think it was wulf-pytt at some point, and then it got changed throughout the centuries to Woolpit because it was just, I don't know, through countless retellings of the story. But yeah, oh, I love that. Love it. I mean, when people are like, there is no proof of magical realms and different magical realities, it's like, hello, green children of Woolpit. Exhibit A. Anywho, all right, so poke a pick for this week. Ooh, I think a shiny Cubone is a great option. It is green and it's an orphan. Aw, love that, Ruben. Yes, shiny Cubone. Aw, the whole story of Cubone and like Lavender Town and how Marowak, like its mom, is the ghost, and then Cubone was trying to find her. Oh my god. Guys, you gotta watch the Lavender Town episode of Pokemon, or just like look into it, because, or just explore Lavender Town in the games. It's so fun. The music is always on point in that town. I love it. I want to live there. It's so fun. And then you always have to go through this like tower of ghosts, and usually it's like where ghastlies hang out and play tricks on people. And I feel like that's just fun. But yay! We have an email, phenomena.cases@gmail.com. As mentioned in the intro, we have 10 episodes a season, and in between each season, I'm going to do a phenomena episode where I am going to talk about your personal phenomena experiences. So I already have one from Allison when she flew over the Bermuda Triangle. No, sorry, I keep saying flew over, but she actually took a cruise like around it or through it. I don't know. We're going to have to find out when we read her story. But please write in if you have a personal experience with phenomena, if you've experienced like sleep paralysis or a Mandela effect that you can like clearly remember. Like I feel like the Berenstain Bears Mandela effect was something that for me, I'm like, there's no way it's Berenstain. It's definitely Berenstain. They were a prominent Jewish family of bears. Come on. So I feel like that's always been the Mandela effect that I'm like, nope, there's no way it was Stain. Always, I'm in an alternate universe now. Similar to the green Woolpit of children. Nope. The green children of Woolpit. That's it. But yes, please write in phenomena.cases@gmail.com. We've also launched a Patreon, as mentioned last week. Yay, Patreon! We have 3 subscribers? No, what do you call them? 3 patrons. Patrons on the Patreon. We have 4 members and 3 paid members, and it's only $5 a month, which is like a coffee. Basically, but you can help support this channel, help support new innovations for the channel. Like, for example, I got a new microphone, and so hopefully the audio quality sounds better, but it was like a $200 microphone, so that'd be nice. Anything in the Patreon helps to ensure that we can continue to bring you fun, awesome stories, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. It's nice to take a little break and explore hidden worlds and take a little break from the garbage fire that is the United States right now. Oh, also on the Patreon, I am going to be posting my favorite GIF from every episode, so be on the lookout. That one is just going to be like on the Patreon for any members that want to join. And then for paid members, I'm going to upload the extra reels that I cut, or the weekly like promo reels that I post on the Phenomena Instagram and my TikTok handle at MemeDibs, because I have 109K followers on TikTok. So trying to move as many of those over to this YouTube channel as possible, because TikTok is, and I don't trust TikTok anymore. It's owned by Meta now, so I don't know what's going on with them. But yeah, I'm going to post those extra reels. So would love to hear your theories about things like little phenomena like this. Did you know? Have you ever heard of the green children of Woolpit? I want to know. I hadn't, so this was fun to learn about. Now I know. New episodes come out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST. Please subscribe, set a reminder, click the little bell button. I have noticed that the YouTube SEO is finally recognizing that if you look up phenomena-cases, my channel comes up, and it didn't used to. So yes, we're going on up. We're building our way up in the YouTube ecosystem. And remember, you can explore the rabbit hole or the wulf-pytt hole or the whatever hole that seems to go and lead to another universe or conspiracy theory without falling all the way down, right? Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.